Alright, and we're back. We're gonna get through a little more of this Delta Quadrant exploration here today. I think where we left off. Let's just look real quick. So I think we're about halfway through. Yeah, about a third of the way through. So we've got a patrol mission here, the enemies in all the usual places. And let's hide that one, get that out of the list there. Okay. So we need to go to the Sorting system, and we're there, so let's go ahead and start this up. What happened here, Captain?
Hostiles dropped out of warp and attacked without warning. Their ships were fast and powerful, far beyond our capabilities. They disabled us and left shortly thereafter. Curiously, one of them communicated to us. He said scavengers would come to pick apart our ships. As we are defenseless, that was an unsettling statement. Can you help us?
We'll do what we can, Captain. This sang out.
This is Cooperative Cube 1138. We are here to help.
Alright, so let's divert power from the shields to the transporters. Grab everybody that you can.
They're where we left them, with the other friends. Tell them.
Alright, the ship's been inundated with radiogenic particles, possibly from passing too close to a dark matter cluster. It's overcharging their warp core and irradiating the crew. Well, that's not good. So let's modify our probe to generate a dampening field. We'll evacuate while there's a gap in the radiogenic phase variance.
Resistance. Help wait.
was a little rougher than last time around.
Thank you for coming. Our situation is quite dire. Life support is failing ship-wide, and so is artificial gravity. We're unable to conduct repairs at this time. Can you provide assistance?
Sure, let's get your life support fixed. With that done, your crew should be able to handle everything else.
Thank you. We'll make our way to a base to complete.
Clean up this techno-organic trash. Open fire.
What is that? I had zero control over anything. It just like spun my ship off into nowhere and blew me up.
Thank you for your timely assistance. The Cooperative appreciates your efforts. We can take charge of those you have rescued and transport them to friendly territory.
Acknowledged. We will rendezvous with you for transport. And crash into a rock.
Tracking a large force incoming. Preparing to set station.
have our thanks. Were it not for you and your crew, none of us would have survived.
Okay. Just let us know if you hear any rumors of further Voth attacks. All kinds of loot. So... let's do some... what do I have right now? Discusser Omega. Accept. Alright. Depart the system. Alright, next up is all the glitters. We're going to join the doctor to respond to a medical emergency, and you will have to deal with more than just a virus.
Are you familiar with Voyager's emergency medical hologram?
Sure.
He's quite unique, even for an old EMH Mark 1. Now, he holds rank in Starfleet in his own right. We've received a message that the doctor requires assistance to deal with a medical situation on an Ocampa freighter in the Shenda system. He is currently en route in one of Voyager's shuttles. Normally I would send a medical vessel, but we have seen a spike in Vadwar attacks, and I want to make sure he has all the resources he will need. Could you go to the Shenda system and assist the doctor?
Oh, we get an EMH. Duty officer. Nice. And a rare kit reward. Alright. Let's head on up to the Shenda system. Alright, so we have arrived in the Shenda system. Distress signal is coming from a transport dead ahead, but no response to our hails. Just take us to the Doctor Shuttle then. Oh, and let's watch those guys just in case.
Pleased to meet you. I scanned your service record before your arrival. You've been in quite a few battles, haven't you? Ever stop to think about the strain you're putting on your medical crew before you charge into combat? Of course you don't. No captain ever does.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too, Doctor.
We've been hailing this Ocampan freighter for some time, but we're not getting a response, and our sensors cannot penetrate their shields. Their initial distress signals indicated that they were suffering from Paranesti measles. I can treat it easily, if I can get onto the ship. Now that your ship is here, it should be trivial to board the vessel and assess the situation. Transport me aboard your vessel, and then my shuttle can return to Voyager.
Alright, prepare for transport.
Excellent. Your ship has more powerful sensors than my shuttle.
Oh, of course it does.
fire. I am Gaul, leader of the Vaudois. Greetings. I am Gaul, leader of the Vaudois supremacy. I apologize for the overzealousness of my soldiers. This action was not authorized.
Well, I am Dahar Master Kuged of the Lasang.
I'm pleased to finally meet you. It appears your presence here in the Delta Quadrant has inadvertently caused some conflict between us. I would rather avoid any more unpleasantness. Would you be willing to meet with me face to face?
Yes, but I've found that such talks are best on neutral ground.
That is understandable. Do you have a location in mind? There are not many areas of the Delta Quadrant where my people are not reviled.
I might know a place. I'll be back with you in a minute.
Oh, what a wonderful surprise! Is there anything I can do for you?
Hello, Neelix. We need a neutral place for a diplomatic negotiation with the Vaudois, and I was wondering if you could help.
Diplomatic negotiations? I am Starfleet's ambassador to the Delta Quadrant. I would be more than happy to offer my services as mediator. As for the location, Dexa and most of our people are on New Talax now, but we still have the asteroid base in the Intaba system. It's mostly empty now, just a few cleanup crews, and the Kazon have been leaving it alone. It would be perfect.
Well, the asteroid base does sound perfect, but your diplomatic assistance, however, no need to trouble yourself.
Well, did you find a suitable location for our meeting?
There's an asteroid base in the Intaba system that the Talaxians have been using.
Talaxians? Are there still Talaxian communities? How odd. This site is agreeable. Send my ship the coordinates and I will meet you there.
Coordinates sent. We'll talk there.
I'm contacting the closest medical ship. They can investigate this further while we meet with Gaul.
Excellent idea, Doctor. Are we ready to set a course? Yep, I'm ready. We've arrived in the Intaba system. Gaul's ship is already here, and he is transported down to the base. Alright. So let's go to the base too.
Imagine using a medical emergency as a trap. The Vaudois have no shame. I don't trust Gaul. He betrayed us on Vaudois Prime. He'll do it again.
It's good to see you again so soon. If I might make a suggestion, I would recommend only bringing 2 crew members with your away team. Gaul brought 4 aides. You'll have the Doctor and myself, and bringing more of your crew down might look like you're trying to get an advantage on him. Gaul seems very touchy. Proper protocol will be important. Are you ready to beam down?
Yep, let's beam down. Yeah, sure, you two are alright.
It's so good to see... Doctor, it's been 30 years! You haven't aged a day!
Yes, it's good to see you too, Neelix.
We have a bit of time before we'll begin. We're giving the Vaudois a fine Talaxian feast to help ease the tension. Doctor, you must tell me all you've been up to.
Oh, Neelix, I couldn't. Not with the Vaudois here. But I suppose it is important that you hear about my many achievements since our last meeting. And my brilliant research was able to prove conclusively. Thus, I began my grand adventure into the challenge of writing Klingon opera.
Well, Brax and I agreed to never mention the incident again. Well, at least not to Dexa.
Neelix, the Vaudois have finished the appetizers and are waiting for you.
Oh, well, we had better get going. We can talk more later.
I'm sure you can.
Do you remember Chef Jolax from the last time you were here?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that has been serving the Vaudois their fabulous appetizers. Full bellies make for good conversation, I always say. He told me that Gaul is a little grumpy, but I'm sure you can handle him. Gaul is in the command room now, waiting for us. Jolax should be back soon to take everyone's orders for the main course.
Thank you, Neelix. Let's go speak with Gaul.
Ah, at last. I must say your Talaxian friends are quite hospitable. But down to business. Our meeting is long overdue.
Indeed. It's time for us to settle our differences.
As do I. My people are damaged, in crisis. We are already at war with the Cabali, and with you, giving your alliances support for them.
Okay, well then let us try to find an accord that benefits us both.
Do you know why we fight the Cabali? Their world was once a Vadwar colony, one of our largest. And there is still a large cache of stasis tubes on the planet. Those are my brothers and sisters being held hostage. The Cabali are stealing them, taking their very identities and transforming them.
They won't return the remaining tubes?
The Cabali would rather watch us die and use our corpses as fuel for their unnatural corruption. Is it wrong to fight against your own extinction? Don't we have a right to survive as well?
Well, there must be some way we can end this peacefully. This war will scar this quadrant for decades to come.
There can be no peace. Not after what they've done. Are you suggesting we are weak? That we should just lay down and die for them? No, we will not.
No, but destroying the Cabali isn't right either. There are greater threats in the galaxy that we must face.
Do not try to pacify me. We will have our retribution. You have my offer. Abandon your alliance with the Cabali and support us, and we will be your strongest ally in the Quadrant.
I'm not here to start a war with the Cabali.
Peace. You know nothing of what it means to be Vadwar. You need to understand.
What do you mean?
The Vadwar have endured too much to make peace. Do you expect us to forget the destruction of our cities? The massacres of our people?
The food's almost ready. What would you all like for your main course?
You need to understand even the smallest fraction of our anger.
He's dead. I'm sorry.
Does that make you angry, Talaxian?
No, it makes me sad. For Jolax. And for you.
Then we are not done.
What the? Huh? Oh no.
Time only to save one group? I do not envy your choice. I would go with you, but I cannot leave Neelix alone. And time is of the essence. I'm afraid you'll have to go on without us.
Very well. Make sure to get Neelix.
No, I'm going. I can't sit by and let the Vaudwar kill my friends. I won't be a burden. I promise. I have to do this.
Good. You and I shall go into glorious battle to avenge our fallen comrades. first we have to get out of this room.
How do we choose who to save?
You just pick left or right and go for it. I don't know where we're going, though. Oh, back here. Choose which one of these two groups to save. So I'll grab this loot first. So we're not in a real big hurry here.
We've saved the hostages, but they may be safer here. What about the people in the storage room?
Yeah, they're dead, Jim.
We should check to see if any of the...
Doctor, you have to save them. These are my friends.
They are beyond my help now, Neela. I'm sorry.
Then we can still save the others. We have to get to the shuttle in the cargo bay.
Okay, let's get to the cargo bay.
I've sent a signal to the remaining Talaxians to join us here as soon as possible. More Vaadwaur on the way! Defend the shuttle! More on the way. If I weren't a hologram, I'd be worried.
large number of Vaadwaur are closing in. I'm afraid they may be too much for you to handle.
We'll see about that.
The Teray are here to assist. After this, our debt to you is repaid.
That's timely. Here come the Vaadwaur.
The Vaadwaur have been repelled. I would have words with you before you continue. Our help does not mean we are now allies. We are repaying a debt. Our ships are currently engaging the Vaadwaur fleet. It is unsafe for this shuttle to launch until they are defeated. We will return to our ships. I suggest you do the same. We will provide cover for your ship so it may drop shields to transport you.
We appreciate your help, Commander. Get us out of here.
I knew this meeting was a farce. The word Vaadwaur means fool in ancient Talaxia. Did you know that? You thought me a fool who would swallow your insults without comment. A fool who would blunder into the trap you set with the Teray. I am not.
Oh, you're the one who did this, Gall, not me.
This has destroyed any chance of an accord between us. How disappointing. I had thought you would be a valuable ally. Now you are just another victim.
You know what? We did everything we could to make peace with you, Gall. You're the one who destroyed it.
Voyager is here. You will not allow the Vaadwaur to escape.
You came to our aid when the Vaudouar attacked our homeworld. Now we have come to assist you. This discharges our obligation.
Well, thank you for your assistance. Perhaps we can be allies someday.
How could they do something so horrible? We're no threat to them. We'd done nothing but welcome them. And he killed my friends just to make a statement. I don't understand how anyone would be so callous.
I'm so sorry, Neelix.
I don't blame you. I agreed to let the Vaudouar come here. I put my people in danger. This is my responsibility. I just never conceived that even the Vaudouar could be so treacherous. They double-crossed us on Voyager and tried to take the ship, but slaughtering innocent people. My time on Voyager changed me. I saw the best that people could be. I forgot, or wanted to forget, how evil they could be.
Neelix, I promise you that Gaul will face justice for what he's done.
With your permission, I'll lead the survivors back to New Talax. Then we can return with a security force to collect the dead.
Farewell, Neelix.
I've been in contact with the USS Blackwell. They boarded the freighter in the Shenda system, but it was empty. It was all a ruse by the Vaudouar to lure us into that system.
Of course it was.
Everything was part of this play Gaul wanted to perform. From the initial distress call to his intervention and offer to negotiate. And then, he used a massacre to set his stage. That's the kind of man he is, and unless he's stopped, the entire Quadrant may fall.
Well, let us hope it does not come to that, Doctor.
Gaul has shown his true nature. I expected he was not dealing in good faith. But nevertheless, we had to make an attempt to find a peaceful solution to our problems with the Vaudouar. Now the war will continue. I grieve for all who have been lost, and for those who will fall before this conflict ends.
Well, we had to try, Admiral.
Senseless, meaningless death. I'll never understand. I hope Neelix and his people will be able to find some peace, and that Gaul will answer for his crimes. And I hope our paths cross again, perhaps under better circumstances next time. With your permission, I'll return to Voyager.
Permission granted. Farewell, Doctor. It has been an honor. Yep, let's get out of here. Alright, that's another one down.
The senseless slaughter of innocents shows this Gaul as an honorless fiend. They were not warriors. They're cooks. It's clear from your reports that he had no intention of making peace, and that he would have twisted anything you said to meet his own agenda. There's no point in more negotiations. Peace with the Vaudouar will not be attained through Gaul. That means he needs to be eliminated. Perhaps there's someone else out there who will be more reasonable.
Hold off on that for a bit. The Doctor in here, though. Right. Those out of the way. Let's see what's next here. Another patrol mission. Yep. Alright, let's contact Lieutenant Commander Benzil. Alright, so the Vaudouar have increased their efforts to control the Delta Quadrant. We're going to have to work fast if we want to keep them in check. We've marked several systems that have had particularly high activities in them of late. We'll need to patrol those systems and give aid to whomever you find. Hopefully we can gain more allies and find out what exactly the Vaudouar are planning. So, patrol the system. Going to... Oh, 2 different systems. Okay. Let's see which one's closest here. Nular.
Good to see you. Let's get to work. The Malon once used this system as a dump site. However, the radiation levels have been dropping. We investigated and found that the Vaudoir had chased the Malon away. Our intelligence indicates the Vaudoir are expecting us to deploy surveillance beacons into the area, which is why we have done just that.
Go on.
We've learned they plan to ambush us when we retrieve the data from the beacons. When that happens, they'll go from hunter to prey. The beacons are now, in essence, Vaudoir bait.
So what's your plan?
We will counterattack the Vaudoir, disable one of their ships, and recover the intel data from their systems. We will then analyze the data to determine their recent movements and objectives.
What are you looking for?
We want to locate one of their main bases. So far, we've had little luck in finding where they hole up when they're not on the attack. This should change that. Time's a factor here. Let's get to work and scan the beacons. We wouldn't want to disappoint the Vaudoir, now would we?
Helm, set a course for the first beacon. Let's also launch some fighters, too.
Coming here was foolish. Now suffer the fate of all fools.
The ship is disabled. Time to acquire their data. We have the data. And company. And company. The legendary Vaudoir paranoia. We should expect heightened resistance as we move forward.
Well, did you find what you needed?
Initial analysis of the data we acquired from them isn't turning up much. I'm afraid we caught a small fish this time. Let's continue, shall we? I look forward to seeing what swims up to nibble at our bait next time.
Indeed. Helm, take us to the next beacon.
You're not leaving me alive!
Another successful day at the pond. Let's see what secrets our latest catch has to share with us.
Standing by.
Ah, our fish has swum through many waters indeed. I think we have something here. The ship's been to a couple of systems often. One system comes up more than the other. That's probably where their base is, but we need to be sure. I'm afraid we need to do some more fishing.
Understood. Let's head to the next beacon.
Fire at will! Destroy the intruder!
This should be the last ship we can get.
Destroy them! Open fire! All weapons!
Okay, weapons.
We don't tolerate your kind. You pay for being here with your life.
It appears the Vodwar aren't amused by our angling efforts. We may be wearing out our welcome here.
Well, did you find what you needed?
I'm afraid not. This vessel was assigned a patrol in another sector, and came in response to a distress beacon from earlier. It hasn't been to either of the systems we're looking at as a potential base location. It's risky, but I'm willing to cast my line one more time.
Well,
Will you join me?
I think it's worth the risk. Let us go to the final beacon. Okay, where's the final beacon? There it is.
There's no time for formalities. A large Vodwar strike force is en route to this position at high warp. I doubt they're coming to exchange pleasantries.
Yes, Commander. We're expecting them.
Expecting? We'll continue this conversation soon. For the moment, I suggest you prepare for the fight of your life.
Acknowledged, Commander. Sang out.
Your time has passed! The Delta Quadrant is ours!
Ah, Commander Jirok. So glad you could join our little fishing trip today. Our Mischief is an operation aimed at discovering the location of a hidden Vodwar base. We were hoping to glean that data from one of the Vodwar ships we lured here. But, as you can see, they were quite indisposed. Permanently so, in point of fact.
Well, we've narrowed our search down to 2 systems.
I see. Vodwar activity in this region is a growing concern. Finding this base is a worthy objective. How can I be of assistance?
Join the search. Investigate one of the locations we've discovered.
Very well. We'll set course for the first location on your list.
Good hunting, Commander.
Don't mind Commander Jirok. She and I have a personal disagreement from another lifetime. Not the cleanest ending to this operation, but Jirok can see what the Vodwar are up to in one system, while I take a look at the other.
Seems likely one of you will find something.
Yes. Well, between us, I hope she finds nothing but an old, toothless Vodwar merchant selling fat tribbles and fake Tranya.
Best of luck with that.
I'll take all the luck I can get. Comes in handy in my line of work. Thanks again for your help. Perhaps you and I can go fishing again sometime. Until then, may the elements watch over you.
Alright guys, I'm going to call it there for a little bit. I'm going to take off, go get something to eat, let the dogs out, stretch my legs. I'll probably be back here maybe 30-45 minutes. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for stopping in, and have a good evening.